Welcome to Learn with Lili. Today we are starting with your Universal Science, Class 4, Chapter 11. And the name of the chapter is Weather, Air and Water. Stepping Stones. Have you ever seen the weather news on a television channel or in a newspaper? To describe the weather of a place, a wide variety of symbols are displayed in weather news. Look at the symbols shown below and predict the type of weather they represent. This is sunny, cloudy, and rainy. Has it not happened that when you were going to school in the morning, the sun was shining brightly, and while returning home, you found that it has become dark and cloudy? How did the weather change so suddenly? Weather can change from day to day and hour to hour. It also changes over the year as per the seasons. Sun and weather. Every season has its own weather. The weather conditions depend on the factors such as temperature. The sun causes the change in the weather conditions. The temperature of the earth depends upon its position with respect to the sun. You may have noticed that the weather at noon is comparatively hotter than the weather in the morning and evening. At noon, the sun rays falls directly on the earth. This heats up the earth, thus it becomes hot at noon. In the morning and evening, the sun rays do not fall directly on the earth. They travel a longer distance to reach the earth and falls in slanting direction on the surface of the earth. Thus, it becomes less hot in the morning and evening. The earth is tilted at an angle to its axis. While orbiting the sun, one hemisphere of the earth is closer to the sun and the other hemisphere is away from the sun. The part of the earth that is closer and in front of the sun has summer season. During summer, the days are longer and warmer. During winter, the days are shorter and colder. The heat of the sun causes wind to blow from one place to another. The wind blows from cold regions to warm regions on the earth. The air present near the surface of the earth is heated by the sun and becomes lighter. This warm air rises up. The cool air from the colder regions comes in to take the place of warm air. The sun rays falling on the surface of the water increases the rate of evaporation that leads to the formation of water vapor. It leads to the formation of clouds. That is why some days are cloudy and others are sunny. As you can see, this picture is about heat of the sun causes wind to blow. Activity 1. Take a steel bottle and put a balloon over the mouth of it. Now, heat the bottle slowly. What happens to the balloon? The balloon begins to inflate. As the air inside the bottle gets heated up, it becomes lighter and rises up into the balloon. Air. Air is all around us. It is a mixture of gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapors. Air also contains dust, smoke, and germs. Name the gas that we need to breathe in. Oxygen. Name the gas that plants need form the air to make food, carbon dioxide, and name the gas present in the air in the maximum quantity, it is nitrogen. The blanket of air surrounding the earth is called atmosphere. As you can see, this is the composition of air. Oxygen is about 21%, nitrogen is about 78%, and carbon dioxide, argon, helium, and water vapors are the others. Remember, moving air is called wind. Now, know your scientists. John Dalton, an English scientist, built homemade instruments to record weather observation in 1787. He used them to study temperature, humidity, and pressure of wind. Now breeze. Gentle and pleasant wind is called breeze. Some coastal regions that are closer to the large water bodies such as sea and ocean observe a unique natural phenomena. In these regions, air blows in one direction during the day and in opposite direction during the night. These are actually two different kinds of breeze, sea breeze and land breeze. This happens due to the difference in the rate of heating up and cooling down of land and water. Actually, the heating up and the cooling down of land is faster than water. This results in the formation of sea breeze and land breeze. Remember, fast and strong wind is called storm. Sea breeze. During the day, the sun heats the surface of land and water. The air above the land heats faster than the air above the sea. Therefore, the air above the land is warmer. Since warm air is lighter than cool air, it rises up. The cool air above the sea blows towards the land and takes its place. Thus, cool air blows from the sea to the land. This is called sea breeze. It blows during the day. As you can see, this is the sea breeze. And land breeze. During the night, the land cools faster than the sea. The warm air above the sea rises up. The cool air above the land blows towards the sea and takes its place. Thus, the cool air begins to blow from land to the sea. This is called land breeze. It blows during the night. As you can see, we have the land breeze during the night. Run through. Heat of the sun causes changes in the weather. Air is a mixture of several gases. It contains nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapor. It also contains dust, smoke, and germs. The unequal rate of heating up and cooling down of the land and the water causes sea breeze and land breeze. Track your progress. Fill in the blanks. A. Movement of air causes wind. Warm air rises up. The earth is tilted at the axis. Land cools faster than water. Sea breeze blows during the day. Water. About 70% of the surface of the earth is covered with water. It is found in rivers, lakes, oceans, and under the ground. It is also found in the glaciers and icebergs. It is also present in the atmosphere in the form of water vapors. Only about 3% of water is fit for drinking. Water exists in three states: solid like ice, liquid as water, and gas as water vapor. The states of water can be changed into one another by heating or cooling. Let us study about two important processes by which one state of water changes into another state. Evaporation. The process by which water on the surface of water bodies changes into water vapor is called evaporation. The amount of water vapor present in the air is called humidity. Wonder box. Water is one of the most vital substances for a human body. A person can survive about a month without food, but only about a week without water. The rate of evaporation depends upon the following four major factors. The factors are temperature, exposed surface, wind, and humidity. Now temperature. Effects on rate of evaporation. Higher the temperature of water or surroundings, more will be the evaporation. Exposed surface. Larger the exposed surface of water, more will be the evaporation. Wind. Stronger the wind blowing over the exposed surface of water, more will be the evaporation. And humidity. Lesser the humidity in the air, more will be the evaporation. Now let's learn what is condensation. The process by which water vapor changes into water on cooling is called condensation. When you put some ice cubes in an empty glass or a glass filled with water After some time, you find tiny water droplets on the outer surface of the glass. This happens because of condensation. When the water vapor in the air comes in contact with the outer side of the cold glass, it cools down on the outer surface and changes into its liquid form and forms tiny droplets. In winter, you may have seen tiny droplets of water present on the grass and leaves. They are formed due to the condensation of water vapors present in the air. So this is the condensation and water droplets on the leaf. Get it right. The drops of water on the outside of a glass filled with cold water does not come from inside the glass. It actually comes from the water vapor present in the out atmosphere which condense into water near the cold surface of the glass. Now, water cycle. Water from ponds, rivers, lakes, and seas evaporate and changes into water vapor. In the sky, it condenses to form small drops of water. These small drops join together to form clouds. When these clouds pass through colder regions, they get cooled further. The water drops becomes bigger and heavier. When the water drops become very heavy, they fall down as rain on the earth. This is called precipitation. The cycle of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation of water goes on continuously in nature, and it is called the water cycle. As you can see, this is a picture of water cycle. Various natural phenomena such as rain, hail, dew, frost, fog, and snow are the different forms of precipitation. Let us study about them. Hail. When raindrops pass through very cold air in the atmosphere, they freeze into balls of ice. These balls of ice fall to the ground as hail. They fall with very high speed from the sky. The impact of these balls of ice can injure us and can also damage other things such as crops. As you can see, this is the picture of the hail. Dew. You might have seen tiny droplets of water present on the leaves and petals of flowers early in the morning. Actually, the nights are comparatively colder than the days. During the nights, water vapors in the air condense into tiny drops on the ground, on plants, and also on window panes. These are called dewdrops. As you can see the picture of dew. Now frost. When nights become very cold, dewdrops freeze to form ice. This is frost. It is very harmful for the crops. So frost is very harmful. Now fog. When warm and moist air cools rapidly, tiny droplets of water are formed and remain suspended in the air. This is fog. It occurs in the winter season. It is often thickest in valleys and hills. It is dangerous because we cannot see clearly in the fog. It may lead to accidents. People who are driving cars or other vehicles cannot see clearly and may crash into another vehicles. As you can see, this is fog. And snow. When clouds become very cold, water vapors suddenly cool to form ice crystals instead of water drops. This falls down as snow. Snowflakes can be of various sizes and shapes. So this is the picture of snow. Impurities in water. Water is essential for our survival. It is majorly used for drinking and cooking purposes. Water obtained from wells, rivers, and even the water that comes out of our taps may not be clean and pure. It may contain impurities such as dissolved salt, dust and debris, waste products, and harmful germs. The impurities in water can be divided into two broad categories. Soluble, that cannot be seen with unaided eyes, and insoluble, that can be seen with unaided eyes. The impurities present in water can make us fall sick. A number of waterborne diseases such as cholera, diarrhea, typhoid, tapeworm, infection, and jaundice are caused due to the consumption of impure water. To make water fit for drinking, the impurities should be removed. There are different ways through which we can purify water. These are as follows. Boiling. The best and the simplest way to kill germs and bacteria present in the water is by boiling it for 15 to 20 minutes. When the boiled water cools down, transfer it into a clean, covered container and store it for further use. Filtration. The process of separating suspended and insoluble impurities from a liquid through a filter is known as filtration. In this process, water is passed through the filter paper kept in a funnel. The impurities present in the water are left behind the filter paper and the cleaned water gets collected in the container. This water may look clean through the unaided eyes, but it may contain harmful germs and soluble impurities. So, sedimentation and decantation. Like filtration, these methods are also used to remove insoluble impurities from water. When water containing visible impurities such as sand or mud is allowed to stand in a container for some time, the heavier impurities settle down at the bottom of the container. This is called sedimentation. The water is now poured very slowly into another container without disturbing the settled impurities. This is called decantation. The water you get here is not clean and may seem a little muddy or cloudy, as it may still contain very fine suspended impurities. Now, chlorination. It is an effective method for making water safe for drinking. Chlorine gas can be passed through water, or chlorine tablets can be added in water to kill the germs present in water. The process is called chlorination. Save water, save lives. Water is a precious resource. The need for water is continuously growing, but the resources of water are either rapidly depleting or getting polluted. Thus, it is absolutely necessary for us to save water. Here are some ways in which we can save water. We should not waste water by letting taps drip. We should avoid draining water unnecessarily when cleaning cars, balconies, kitchens, or driveways. Water used in the kitchen for washing fruits and vegetables can be reused for watering plants. Taps should not be left running while brushing or shaving. To take a bath, use a bucket and a mug so that we use just enough water for bathing. It is better than using a shower, which may lead to unnecessary wastage of water. Run through. The process by which water on the surface of the water bodies changes into water vapor is called evaporation. The process by which water vapors changes into water on cooling is called condensation. The cycle of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation of water in nature is called water cycle. Rain, hail, dew, frost, fog, and snow are different forms of precipitation. Boiling, filtration, sedimentation, decantation, and chlorination are some of the methods used for purifying water. Track your progress. Fill in the blanks. Water exists in 3 states. When the clouds become very cold, water vapor suddenly cool to form ice crystals. Humidity is the amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere. The process in which water is poured out gently after sedimentation is called decantation. Now, glossary. Condensation, the process by which the water vapors change into water on cooling. Evaporation, the process by which water on the surface of water bodies change into water vapors. Filtration, the process of removing insoluble impurities from a liquid by passing it through a filter. Humidity is the amount of water vapors present in the air. Land breeze, wind that blows from the land to the sea during the nighttime. Precipitation, falling of water in any form on the earth. Sea breeze, wind that blows from the sea to the land during the daytime. And water cycle, the continuous cycle of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation of water in nature. Now, assessment zone. Tick the correct answer. 1. Which of the following gas is present in maximum amount in air? Nitrogen. Which of the following factors can affect the rate of evaporation of water? All of these. Which of the following methods kill germs present in water? Both A and B. Which of the following methods is used to remove the insoluble impurities? Filtration. When does the sea breeze and land breeze blow? Sea breeze blows in daytime and land breeze blows in night time. Fill in the blanks. 1. The sun influences the weather on the earth. 2. The process by which insoluble impurities settle down at the bottom is called sedimentation. 3. During the cold nights, dewdrops freeze to form frost. 4. Sea breeze blows during the day. 5. About 1/3 of Earth's surface is covered with water. Stay true or false. 1. Dew is not a form of water. False. 2. Hail and frost can spoil crops. True. Sea breeze blows from the land to the sea. False. Chlorine gas can be passed through water to purify it. True. Filtration of water kills germs present in it. False. Now we'll refer to the notebook for the question and answers. Question number 1. What does air contain? Air is a mixture of gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapor. Air also contains dust, smoke, and germs. What causes wind to blow? The heat of the sun causes winds to blow from one place to another. The air present near the surface of the earth is heated by the sun and becomes lighter. The warm air rises up. The cool air from the colder region comes in to take to the place of the warm air. This movement of air causes winds to blow. Question number 3. Why are mornings and evenings less warmer than noon? At noon, the sun rays fall directly on the earth. This heats up the earth. Thus, it becomes hot at noon. In the morning and evening, the sun rays do not fall directly on the earth. They travel a long distance to reach the earth and falls in slanting direction on the surface of the earth. Thus, it becomes less hot in the morning and evening. 4. What is the difference between wind and breeze? As you can see, wind. Moving air is called wind. Gentle and pleasant wind is called breeze. Wind blows hard. Breeze is very light. Harsh wind is generally referred as wind. Soothing air blows, we call it breeze. The next question. Describe 5 ways to save water. 5 ways to save water are as follows. Turn off the water when not in use. Use a bucket and a mug if you want to take a bath. Fix the water pipe if there is leakage. When you wash vegetables and fruits, use the water to water the plants. As you can see, this is the composition of air. And this is also the diagram of sea breeze and land breeze. And the 5th way is use a bucket to wash your balcony and your car. Question number 6. What is humidity? The amount of water vapor present in the air. 7. How does the tilt of the earth axis affect the weather? Answer. The earth is tilted at an angle to its axis. Therefore, one hemisphere of the earth is closer to the sun and the other hemisphere away from the sun. The part of the earth that is closer and in front of the sun has summer season, whereas other part has winter season. Question number 8. Name the different types of impurities found in water. The different types of impurities found in water are mud, stone, dust, sand, etc. Number 9. Name 3 methods of water purification. The 3 methods of water purifications are filtration, sedimentation, decantation, and chlorination. This is the diagram of water cycle. Question number 10. What is fog? How is fog formed? When warm and moist air cools rapidly, tiny droplets of water are formed and remain suspended in the air. This is fog. It occurs in the winter season. It is often thickest in valleys. Write a short note on water cycle. Water from ponds, rivers, lakes, and seas evaporates and changes into water vapor. In the sky, it condenses to form small drops of water. These small drops join together to form clouds. When these clouds pass through colder regions, they get cooled further. The water drops become bigger and heavier. When the water drops become very heavy, they fall down as rain on the earth. This is called precipitation. The cycle of evaporation, condensation, and precipitation of water goes on continuously in nature and is called water cycle. Differences between chlorination and boiling. Chlorination. It is an effective method for making water safe for drinking by passing chlorine tablets in water to kill germs. And boiling. Boiling is the best and simplest way to kill germs and bacteria present in it by boiling it for 15 to 20 minutes. Number 13. Tiny water droplets are found on the leaves of plants and petals of flowers early in the morning. How are they formed? The nights are comparatively colder than days. During the nights, water vapor in the air condenses into tiny drops on the ground, on plants, and also on window panes. Why do clothes dry faster on sunny days? Clothes dry faster on sunny days because the rate of evaporation is faster. Due to the sun rays, the air becomes warm, which has greater capacity to absorb moisture. Which kind of day is safer for driving in the hills, foggy day or sunny day? Explain why. It is safer to drive on the hills during sunny days as fog is dangerous because we cannot see clearly in the fog. It may lead to accidents. Why do land breezes blow in coastal regions? Answer. Coastal regions, air blows in one direction during the day and in opposite direction during the night. There are 2 different kinds of breeze, sea breeze and land breeze. This happens due to the difference in the rate of the heating up and cooling down of land and water. The heating up and cooling down of land is faster than water. The result in the formation of sea breeze and land breeze. As you can see, this is a very beautiful picture of safe water. Now let's refer to the workbook. Worksheet number 1. Fill in the blanks. 1. The sun causes the change in the weather condition. 2. The part of the earth in front of the sun has summer season. 3. Nitrogen gas is present in maximum amount in air. 4. The blanket of air surrounding the earth is called atmosphere. Give reasons for the following. Number 1. Why is morning or evening less hot than noon? The sun rays directly fall on the earth. Number 2. Why some days are cloudy and others are sunny? The sun rays falling on the surface of water increases the rate of evaporation that leads to the formation of water vapor. It leads to the formation of clouds. Is in front of the sun has summer the clouds. Number 3. Why is air above the land warmer than the sea? The air above the land heats faster than the air above the sea. Answer the following questions. What causes summer season? While orbiting the sun, one hemisphere of the Earth is closer to the sun and the other is away from the sun. The part of the Earth that is in front of the sun has summer season. Number 2. What does air composes of? Air composes of oxygen, nitrogen, and the other gases such as dioxide, carbon dioxide, and dust and smoke, and etc. Worksheet number 2. The following are some processes involving water. Choose the correct word for each. 1. Water droplets forming on a cold grass. Condensation. Vapor rising from a pan of boiling water. Evaporation. Coffee drying at the bottom of a cup. Evaporation. A lake drying during a drought. Evaporation. Dew droplets forming on a glass. Condensation. Formation of clouds is also condensation. Answer in one word. 1. Tiny droplets of water on leaves in the morning is dew. 2. Tiny droplets of water that remain suspended in the air, fog. Impurities that can be seen even with unaided eyes, insoluble. The process of killing germs in water through chlorine gas is chlorination. The process of separating impurities through a filter paper is filtration. Write 3 ways in which we can save water. As you can see, we should not waste water by letting taps drip. Use bucket and mug if you want to take a bath, and taps should not be left running while brushing or shaving. Worksheet 3. Fill in the blanks. The process of changing of water into water vapor is known as evaporation. Frost is formed when it is cold. Hot air is lighter than cold air. Moving air is called wind. Air flowing towards the sea from the land is called land breeze. Land gets heated faster than water. The amount of water vapor present in the air is called humidity. Change the underlined words to make correct statements. Number 1. The weather changes from day to day. Number 2. The summer days are longer. Number 3. In coastal areas, cold wind blows towards the land during the day. Number 4. Snow is a tiny white flake falling from the sky. Number 5. Insoluble impurities can be separated by filtration. Now, find the name of 6 forms of precipitation in the grid given below. So they are fog, frost, snow, rain, dew, and hail. Now answer the questions. Condensation, the process by which water vapor changes into water on cooling. Sea breeze, wind that blows from the sea to the land during the daytime. Snow, when clouds become very cold, water vapor suddenly cool to form ice crystals instead of water drops. This falls down as snow. And sedimentation, when water containing visible impurities such as sand or mud is allowed to stand in a container for some time. The heavier impurities settle down at the bottom of the container. This is called sedimentation. So, if you enjoyed my video, please do like, share, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. God bless you all.